What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to settle in the life that has been faithfully set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, don't let social media define you. If you use it just for a means to have a deeper reach with your message, understand and know that it may not be what everyone wants to see because you're still working. If you got to a space where everything was aligned with whatever you see in the world, you'll stop wanting it. You'll get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So again, before I get too off the topic, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that a lot of learning and understanding who you are comes from complete silence and doing something that you love, or even just sitting with yourself, enjoying who you are and healing. A lot of people do not know that that's the medicine to growing, because when they are faced with their deepest parts of who they are, it's easier to fill the hole with something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sitting with yourself and acknowledging it. It's really difficult for some people. Some people don't even realize they're in a position in their life where they're healing. Meaning, stop having your mind on go, and sit with yourself and think, or not even think, but just, let your spiritual side of who you are play out. In these are the areas that have been plaguing who you are and your bloodline for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You have the chance now to heal it. Are you going to look at it, or are you too afraid, so you just fill the space with something else? You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, sometimes shit look good when you first get it, but then over time you start to see the inconsistencies and the imbalances, and then you like, dang, what did I do? It's probably not that you did anything. It's just that our souls need time to heal, meaning we need time to become in a space where we're at peace with who we are, to be able to do what it takes to acquire what we want in life. And for me personally, because I can't speak on no one else's life, I had to cut everything out, even when I was faced with things I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to go through a spiritual journey by yourself, because it's other people out there who are going through what you're going through. But I promise you, the moment you get scared and you try to fill that hole with something, oftentimes you end up filling the hole with someone who basically aligns with your demons, which is just the side of you that have got you to where you are right now, which may not have been good, but in your mind, it's all you knew. You know what I'm saying? And it looks good on the surface, but when you have to go back into that space where you got to heal, or you were faced with something that really hurt you and you alone again, you think it to yourself like, dang, let me just reach out, or let me, get bored and hook up, or go, just fill in the space. Filling the space with things is not always good, because it keeps your mental on a constant replay, and you could be faced with a situation that is similar, and you don't know how to solve your way out of it in a healthy way, because every time you came up on it, you filled the space with something that you've always known to fill the space with. Listen, I used to be, how your body gets in that fight or flight mode whenever you're faced with this situation. I was a runner, baby. I'ma run all the way to Mexico, straight on, no water, no breaks, because that's too hard. I refuse to deal with that. Let me fill the space with something, you know what I'm saying, so I can act like it don't exist. And usually, you feel me? Listen, I smoked weed from the time I was 14 until 29. It was my life. It was everything that I was. It kept me from handling the deepest parts of myself. You know what I'm saying? I would laugh. I would joke with people. I had a lot of people around me. You know what I'm saying? We all did the same thing. It was fun at that time. But as I started to grow and mature, You know what I'm saying? I had to look at my life for what it is and realize that those very things that you know are also things that people used in your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Listen, again, my dad's side of the family, heavy addiction. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine when they got to something really good in their life, or they got to a situation they didn't know how to handle, instead of sitting there and just not doing nothing and healing it, they fill the space with something. And they get so comfortable with doing that, that say you're a person that now knows how to live life without that, they get jealous of you. They get envious of you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still stuck there. It's sad. I think it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That it has to be like that. It's just solely because you're not ready. You've got so accustomed to living your life like that, that you live it like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Listen. And then sometimes you will see them have stuff, and then they don't have stuff. You know what I'm saying? They'll do good in life, and then they don't do good in life, because whatever it is that you know you doing that's dragging you down is your setback to why you can't advance to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And it takes healing. And healing is only done when you don't use things that you've learned in the outside world to fill those spaces that don't nobody know about but you. Because it's like, it's a spiritual space. So, you know what I'm saying? Your ancestors may be in the wind. They may be in the weather. They may be, help you, guide you to be able to heal the problem. But every time you get uncomfortable, you fill the space with something. Whether it's other people, you know what I'm saying, doing things that other people are into, you never really truly sit with who you are. You know what I'm saying? And know that oftentimes, a lot of the time, just by doing that, especially at this time in the world right now, can help you heal a lot of the traumas that you never thought you would be able to get over, and listen, am I gonna sit here and say it don't hurt? It does, and it don't feel good. But just know that the consequences for doing something that you've always done to fill that space are gonna get more intense the more the world changes. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everything is expensive. Not just, you feel me, the food, you feel me, everything in the world right now is expensive. But I think it's like a lesson from the universe. What are you still attached to make you feel whole? If I stripped you from all of that and you had to do the work without those things, or is it going to be too hard to where you're going to run back to the very thing? You know what I'm saying? Because listen, I'm a hustler at heart. If I need something, it's a way I can get it. But listen, it's not working anymore. People will help people, but not everybody is willing to help people because they're focused on, what about when I needed help? Nobody will help me. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, it's a battle of the minds, and it's tough for everybody, not just who you think it is. But again, that healing is done when you're alone and you're by yourself. And you know what I'm saying? You're tuning into who you are. Your spiritual lessons come in the form of songs, come in the form of movies, come in the form of sometimes the people. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know yourself enough to know when to detach. Because sometimes things can present like they good, only to turn out to not be good at all. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't know that because you don't know how to protect yourself. You only know how to give and pour out. And in return, you could actually be hurting yourself. I was one of those people. Man, I can't never express how I looked at like I was on major drugs solely because spiritually I was supposed to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? I looked at jacked up for real. But my only addiction was smoking cigarettes and smoking weed. But spiritually, I wasn't speaking up. I wasn't telling the truth. I wasn't saying when things hurt my feelings. I wasn't letting it be known what it is. I was holding it all in. You know what I'm saying? And I was dying on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't start to come alive until I started to focus on myself. You know what I'm saying? And protect myself from things in the outside world that's stopping me from having the ability to look at myself so that I can grow. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm telling you right now, life is just a repeat. The generation after us, they're basically living the life that we have outgrew. You know what I'm saying? And it is up to you to take what you know now and apply it to them. You know what I'm saying? And that is how you help them grow. So then they get to a space where you're at, and then it'll be people behind them that'll be behind. And then when they grow up, they can teach that to them. You know what I'm saying? It's how it goes. It's like stair steppers to life. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be willing to understand. Can't no one help you solve your spiritual journey but yourself. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and that means you need to stop filling your spaces with things that you think is helping you heal your spiritual journey, because it takes time. I think the most scary thing is to be alone. A lot of people don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They fill their spaces with people who are not really for them. You know what I'm saying? They fill their spaces with people who only want to take and never want to give. You know what I'm saying? They fill their spaces with people who don't really care about them for real. You know, they're so addicted to negativity that they accept it, not realizing they don't like it for real. You know what I'm saying? Just to not have to be alone. And listen, I'm somebody that had major abandonment issues, that I ended up in toxic relationships that taught me lessons, because I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like it was all their fault. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to lie. I was in love. I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I thought toxic was the way it was supposed to be. You know, because that's all I knew. So it's not their fault. It's just me not growing inside myself. So I didn't know yet. You know what I'm saying? So I got to take responsibility for that too. But as I've grown now, I realize that you do not have to be in love with someone who's toxic. You can be healthy enough to accept someone that's willing to come into your life that's healthy too. They may have areas where they're still growing, because growth is a lifelong process. I don't ever think you really truly fully heal. You just heal enough to be able to attract what you want in your life. You feel me? So listen, everybody, as a woman, everybody wants that white picket fence and to be in love, you know. And listen, whether men want to admit it, they want it too. Everybody wants somebody to love them. You know what I'm saying? But you got to love yourself first. And the only way you can understand that is whenever a problem goes wrong, don't fill that space with somebody else like you just a part of the players club. No, you not. You just don't know how to work on yourself. So you just, instead of, you know, admitting that, you just get somebody new that, you feel me, is going to end up leaving you in the end too. And imagine how you get so accustomed to getting used to somebody leaving you that you call yourself a pimp. You not a pimp. You just need to solve your emotional issues so that you can be able to have someone that's for you. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, it takes you sitting with yourself and getting to know who you are. You can't leave that task to nobody. You can't leave that to anyone to do. It is up to you. Stop filling the awkward silences with things to keep you running from your truth. Because I promise you, your truth is staring you right in the face. You just keep ignoring it, and it's stopping you from getting what you want in life. And hey, on top of it all, you got to be grateful. You feel me? You got to be grateful for where you at right now in your life, because it's people living way worse, doing way worse. And you maybe had what it takes to be like a notch higher. Doesn't mean you got to have a big ego or big pride. It just means you're exactly where you need to be to do the healing that you need to do. Sometimes we going, running, that we forget that to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Relax a little bit. Heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because once life picks up, it goes by fast. And you can't do healing when you're constantly on the go, doing things, keeping your mind active. You feel me? You can't do it like that. Sometimes it takes you sitting down in the maybe not the most desirable circumstances, but getting to know who you are and what life looks like for you and what you want out of it. You can't do that if your mind is constantly running all the time, you know? And it means you have to slow down a little bit. So you'll get people who try to trick you out your spot because they constantly running all the time. And you feel me, in a position where you don't got to worry about nothing. They jealous, they mad. Okay, so what? Who cares? They'll try to throw a curveball at you. You feel me? To see if you can catch it. Because something went wrong in their life. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that's the part, I guess, about me that I don't like, is that you only looking at me and you're thinking of what you're thinking. Do you know if those thoughts are true? You do not. You don't talk to me. You don't associate with me. You don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So your thoughts that you're making up in your own head is coming from the reality that you live, not my world. You know what I'm saying? And once you start to look at life like that, it makes it easier to heal. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier to block myself out from the noise, because if you allow the noise to get into your brain, it's because those are things that you still struggling with too. And that's why you like the noise. You know what I'm saying? Listen, silence is key. Healing is key. Being alone is important. Even when your brain starts running or life speeds up and takes off for you and starts going where you need it to go, I think it's very important that you take time to be by yourself. Even if it's for an hour a day, 2 hours a day. Take that time, you know what I'm saying, to be able to introspect on where you at now, how far you've come, where you know, because it's important. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a marriage or you're committed, have your own personal space. If you can't get that, go rent a hotel for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Do what you love. If that means laying down reading books all day, do that. But turn your phone on D&D and don't let nobody bother you. Have resources and outlets for people who want to call you because they need things. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, I think that's the magic in healing. But oftentimes people have big abandonment wounds. That's something that I think was a major key component in being passed down to us for years and years and years, that nobody really likes to be by themselves. So they will do whatever they can to fill that void, however it looks to them, whether it's manipulating, finessing, lying, taking, stealing, temporary, whatever, however it looks. You feel me? Anything that's in excessive is because they're feeling a void. I promise you. I've done it. I've been there. I have to get to a point in my life where I decide to just stop doing that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no guarantee I'm not going to pick it up again. I just might, but certain things I don't, some things I do. Like, I probably ain't had a cup of coffee in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I'll pick it up again. I don't want to right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do anything in excess, it feels as if people got you pinpointed now. Okay, you feel me? You only can survive if you have coffee every day. You only can do this if you have this every day. You know what I'm saying? Life is shifts. Take away what don't benefit you. Never be too attached to nothing, because people will use that as leverage. I don't care about my business being talked about. I'm so truthful in who I am, and I know that if you talking about me, it's because you lying about who you are, and you lie to yourself. That's the only reason why you run around telling my business. You feel me? Because you're not truthful with who you are. So that I don't care about that. You feel me? I'm truthful and honest with people. And that goes way further than manipulating. Because I used to be like that. I'm going to manipulate you, finesse you, and lie to you to get what I want. But as the world shifts, you can't operate like that no more. It's better if you just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it took me being alone by myself, away from people, to get to who I am, to know that that's not cool. You don't want nobody to do it to you, so don't do it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you have an opinion on who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can speak up about things that you don't like, because you don't do that. That's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's vital. It's vital, and it's so important, you know? And I just think it's a good message for anybody out there that's, you know what I'm saying, having a hard time in their life. Now would be the time that maybe you're in a position where it's giving you time to think about you and your life. Stop trying to fill that space with something because you don't want to be by yourself, or your mind is overactive. Now you're thinking about this and that and this and this and that and that and that, and that's stopping you from healing. And it's intended to do so. You know what I'm saying? So that people never fully wake up to who they are. That's why it's always going to be these people, and it's always going to be that people. You got to know you first to be able to survive. So healing is done in silence. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you want, blocking out the noise, not feeding into it. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it works. It's just what it is. And if I had any game I could give to people, that's what it would be. Because I want to see everybody be successful. I want to see everybody break out of the mental confines of who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's so much more to you than what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be willing to reach out and grab it. So again, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.